Hello guys, welcome to Help Code eLearning. Now this particular lecture we are going to discuss about uh, else if ladder. So what is the syntax of else if ladder? As the name is suggest, when you have a requirement where you have to apply the back-to-back conditions, then you can go for this. Right, back-to-back conditions when you have to apply. So we will check the real life example also that. First of all, check the syntax. So if condition, if your first condition is true, so okay, it will come here and it will execute the statement. If it is not, if your first condition is false, so that's not a problem. Okay, you can use another else if condition, right? So another else if condition you can use, and here if this condition is true, so it will come here in this block and it will execute the statement. If the second condition is false, there is no issue, it will check the third condition, right? So it will come to the third condition block. If the third condition is true, so it will come to this else block. Suppose if all the condition is false, see how many else if block you have to take. It is completely depends on the requirement of your program, right? It is depend on that how many conditions you have to apply. If the back to back you have to take a 3 condition, 4 condition, 5 condition, 10 condition, you can write down this statement in that continuation, right? But suppose if any condition is not true, that is also possibility, because if any none of the condition is true, so that time it will come to the default block, and for the default block we take the else is considered as a default block. So here we write a default statement. Here we write the default statement. So this is the else if ladder. That's why we say it as a, we call it as a ladder. Okay, else if ladder means multiple else if conditions you have, multiple conditions you can try. So you have a question, sir, then what is difference between simple if and else if? In simple if also we were doing the same thing. Okay, but in this else if ladder you can see here we have the default block. If any condition, if none of the condition, we can say that all the conditions, if none of this condition is true, then it will come to the else block. If any one condition is true, whether it is first condition, second, third, fourth, fifth, any condition is true, then it will not come to the else block. If all the condition are false, then it will comes to the default block, means else block. That's to execute your default statement. But if suppose if any one condition is true, so that time it is not going to come to your else block, right? So I hope that syntax is clear to all of you. Now let's go and what condition we can take. Okay, percentage accept the percentage and assign the grade according to percentage, right? As per depending on that, right? So we can do these things. What we can do here right now, like I'm going to take a 1% and equal to, I'll accept the value from user. That could be, percentage could be in form of a floating value, but I'm taking right now integer, right? You guys can take a float also. So enter your percentage. I'm just writing here that enter your percentage. And according to that, we have to apply the condition. So if percentage, the first condition I'm applying here right now, like greater than equal to, we can say that 80. If it is greater than equal to 80, I'm just going to print the message. You can print the message, you can store the value like grade value also, that is depends on you, right? So I'm just taking this basic concept here right now. We are not taking so many problem for the logic building. For if you're looking for the logic building guys, then we have another playlist where you can go and you can watch the complete logic building lecture, the complete logic building problems, and you can practice over there. This is just a this particular tutorial is for beginners, so they can take a beginner level knowledge. That means the syntactical knowledge, implementation level knowledge, that is they can take. So we will take here like if percent is greater than equal to 80, we can store the value, grade value, or we can print. I'm going to print that value right now. So I'm just going to print like a grade. Yes, so grade equal to A. That is what I'm going to print. But next condition, suppose user has entered the percentage which is between 60 to 80. And that time, if the percentage is between 60 to 80, I want to assign the grade B. So I'm just going to write down here greater than equal to 60, greater than equal to 60. And no, you can ask me, sir, here also we can write down less than 100. That is also you can write down. Okay. I'm just writing a very simple condition so that everybody should able to understand. From tech or non-tech branch or department students also they can understand, right? So I'm talking about mechanical, civil, electrical. If they are watching this video, they should also able to understand. So else if percent is greater than 60 and logical and operator I'm taking, and these operators we have already done in the previous lecture, guys. So if you don't have any idea about this operator, just go back to the previous lecture, check the logical operators, and first of all, complete that lecture, right? So percentage is less than equal to, or less than, just we can say that less than 80, right? So less than 80, right? So percent is greater than equal to 60 and logical and operator percent is less than 80. So if this type of conditions, so if suppose you have entered your percentage like 70, 65, you know that that percentage will lies between this range. So here your first condition will be false. Okay, your first condition is going to false and it will come to the else block, and here it will lies in this range. So definitely you will get the message here, like what message we want to provide, grade equal to B, right? This is what I have given. The third condition we are going to take, right? The third condition, if the percentage is greater than, we can say greater than equal to 40, and logical and operator again, percentage is less than 60, right? Less than 60. I'm not taking a less than equal to because here we have already taken, right? So percentage is greater than equal to 40 and the percentage is less than 60. Suppose user has entered the percentage which is lies between this range. So obviously suppose the user has entered the 50. So 50, this condition, 50 is greater than 80, no, condition is false. Then it is also going to check 50 is greater than 60, no, but 50 is less than 80. But in logical and operator, you know that both the condition means all the condition must be true. Then it is going to come inside of that block. So here one condition is false, another condition is true, it is not going to work. Then it will come to the third condition. It will check like 50 is greater than equal to 40, condition true, 50 is less than 60, condition true. So this particular block is going to work here, right? Print. I'm just going to write here like grade equal to C. So like I have assigned the grade C. Okay. Now what is the problem? Grade. Okay. Okay. Greater than equal to. So yeah. So now it is work. Now the else block. Suppose user has entered a wrong percentage, which is not lies in this range. You know, suppose user has entered the 100, sorry, more than 100 value, like 110, 150, 200, 300, 1000, something user has entered. So which is not going to lies in this range or in this condition. So that time it will means all the condition will be false. If user has entered a 150 percentage, so 150 is not going to lies here because we have write down the condition which is based on from 40 to 100, right? So this time when your all condition will be false, it will come to the else block. And here I'm going to write the message. You have entered wrong percentage. Or you can give any other message also, guys. Like you can give a message, we can say that, just a minute. You can give a message that your percentage doesn't lies between our given range or given percentage. Okay, so it is out of the box. Whatever the message you have to give, that you can give, right? So this is what we have write down here. And a very simple example. So let's run a very simple example. We are just using it. So if I'm going to put the percentage like 50, it is showing a grade C. Now, all the condition you must have to check, guys. As the programmer, unit testing is your responsibility. If I'm going to enter the 95, so grade A, okay, that is perfect. And if I'm going to enter the percentage between 60 to 80, right? So let's 70. So grade B is executing. Fine. Let's run the code. And this time enter the value like 150. So 150, it is taking this. Okay. So what we can do right now, now you can check here, guys, this condition as, you know, 150 is greater than 80. That's true. But you're not going to supposed to provide the grade A. So I'm going to put the range here also, and percentage less than equal to 100. Okay, I have given the condition here also, because if the I have given the condition like greater than equal to 80, you know that it will accept any number percentage, any number as a percentage, like 1000 also going to be considered as a percentage, but logically that is not correct. So this time again I'm going to run, and this time if I'm going to enter the value like 150, so we are getting you have entered a wrong percentage. Okay, you have entered the wrong percentage. Now, because all the condition has false, and that's why it jumps to the default block, that is your else block, to print your default message. And this default message you have set uh, because you know the things, if all the conditions are false, then what message you have to display to the user so that they can understand what action or what type of value they have to enter, okay, or whatever the next action they have to take. So this is your else if ladder condition block, guys. This is a very simple example. We can take a multiple example also, but as what I've already told you guys, this lectures, this particular tutorial is for the beginners, those who are into the beginner level. We have another playlist also where we have only logic building questions, and you can check that playlist and you can perform all the logic building question. Right now, for this particular lecture, I think you have understood everything. So we'll see you in the next lecture, guys. Thank you very much.